All right, welcome back, everyone. Just give me one moment. Let's make sure everything is good. You guys want the music during the stream, or you guys like the emptiness during the stream? You can let me know later. But welcome back, everyone, to the House of Pisces X TheNightHorde Season 2. For 64 teams competing for a total prize pool of $2,000 and 100k diamonds. Currently on the qualifiers number 3, where we will feature a 4x4 group stage. Each team has a chance to play against everyone in their best 2 series. So yes, first round DQ. Nah, you don't have to.
Your team is banning.
But yes, guys, it is right now we're currently in Group B between BTK, TheNightHorde, TheNightHorde X, and Before You. Emily, if you want, you could go into their VC and ask to see if they want to switch it, because technically you can ask TheNightHorde and see if they want to switch it. Thank you. But yes, we do have a small complication. First match is gonna go to Before You. There's a little bit of a tardiness on TheNightHorde's side, but it seems like we're able to sort it through. But Before You is gonna be up ahead 1-0 in the best 2. They also got a DQ against BTK, so quite a bit of tardiness this time around compared to the qualifiers 1 and 2. They wanna swap picks. They wanna swap first pick, second pick, right? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Can you tell Before You? Thank you. But yes, it seems like we are going to go into a redraft real quick. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the House of Pisces X TheNightHorde Season 2. Currently in the qualifiers number 3, we will feature a 4x4 group stage. Each team has to play everyone in their group in a best of 2 series. The top 2 teams from each group will progress to the next stage of competition. And for today's show, we are going to have the last 3 series of Group B. First series is going to be Before You versus TheNightHorde. Before You is going to be up 1 game to 0.
Come on, Dexter. It's our
Your
showtime.
team is banning.
Yes, today the first match is going to be between Before You versus TheNightHorde. Second match at 6 p.m. PST. NightHorde X versus Before You. And for our last match of the night, it is going to be between TheNightHorde and BTK. Some pretty exciting matches coming up. If you guys are looking for more information on the teams, on the tournament, on our upcoming events, definitely don't be scared to join the Discord server. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Have lots of content for you guys. First phase bans are on the table: Claude, Lu Yi, Cece, taken out by the side of NightHorde. Masha, Aja, and Matilda taken out by the side of Before You. Some interesting subs coming in. I know for NightHorde's side, it does look like they have their NACT lineup, so definitely not taking this any lightly. For the side of Before You, I do see Reckless coming through from Gosu. Little backstory, he was probably the best Masha player back in the days. There was at some point of time where I was playing a lot of Masha too, and it's definitely inspired by him. So shout outs to Reckless. A little bit disappointed we don't get to see the damage Masha, the roam position. I played a game earlier with the Masha. It seems quite fun, so a little bit sad we don't get to see that. But Before You picks up the Xborg and Angela to counter out the Barats. I think that's a pretty good choice. Angela, one of the best early game supports. It's quite annoying with the string and the heal for anyone to have to deal with that, and especially with the change probably like a season or two ago with a lot of the supports. Now they scale very nicely with magic, making heroes like Angela and Matilda shine even more than before. Momoy picks up the Franco quite early, in my opinion. I think he's a very good set tanker, so Minos, Tiggs are very nice on Momoy. But Franco, along with Navaria, it's a good wombo combo there, so definitely going to have some synergy with the CC, making the opponents a little bit bigger for the hitbox, for the Iron Hook to land. It's quite a combination. Kev QT picks up the Arlot. We've seen this guy play the Arlot before. Definitely a good player. Be sure to be on the lookout for some playmaking ability by Kev. Let me know, guys. Do you guys want the music to be on during the match, or would you guys rather be silent and just have the game sound in the commentary? Let me get a sip of water. Be right back. Mr. HOP says on. You got it, sir. This is gonna be a very, very good Group B. Lots of potential for upsets here and there. We even have an NACT match to finish off the night, so definitely going to be quite exciting for the next 2-3 hours. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream, enjoyed the commentary. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe. Join our Discord server in the bottom of the link. Once again, it is going to be between TheNightHorde versus Before You. Second phase bans are on the table. Joy Martis gets taken out. Paquito Natan gets taken out by the side of Before You. 2 jungle bans for the side of Before towards Before You, expecting the export to go XP. Oh, now it's like a a triple flex, a quad flex for the setup before you. Angela could go Mage, Angela could go Roam. You also got the Ruby, could go XP, Roam, Arlott, XP, Roam, Xborg, Jungle. But I do think it's going to be oh dude, I mean not really a triple flex anymore. I think it's gonna have to be something like Arlott XP or Ruby XP, the Xborg in the jungle, the Angela as the mage. Group A, was it GG and Fiends that will move on to the next group, right? Yes, you are correct. Believe GG did not drop a single game, and yeah, they won 6 out of 6. Fiends dropped 1 game, went 2-2. TSC DQ'd, and Shao Mexico did not win a game. But yes, triple flex is quite interesting, but oh nah, is it really gonna be a triple flex? A 1-3-1? 1-3-1-3 fighters, 1 mage? I don't know. Maybe 1-3-1 with 2 mage? R picks up the Beatrix. Man's definitely got a lot of firepower behind him. Seen the Beatrix in action. Quite solid. And it seems like there's a recent popularity in Beatrix again. Sleepy with Benedetta. It's not something that we've seen, at least from what I've known, seen the Benedetta be coming out to play, but definitely you know, going for a similar strategy, something like Yorishi or Milo, or I don't know about Chicken if he would play the Benedetta, but definitely Milo and Yorishi style. But yes, guys, welcome. House Pisces X NightHorde Season 2. Best of 2 series. This is going to be Game 2 between NightHorde and Before You. Could see quite the impact early on, and especially with the Tigreal Angela, the rotation. I feel like if they stack their skills together, yes, the clears could be fast at mid, but Novaria should be able to handle it on herself versus like Angela Tig. They kind of have to stick together to get the clear. So I think NightHorde's gonna have a much faster rotation early on. Like they're not even requiring the Franco to really do too much. He did show himself at topside though, so in terms of that, both sides see everyone. This is about to be a very spicy match though. Before You actually has 2 wins already. They honestly just need to get like one more good one. One more match and they're probably going to be pushed up. Or we might see our first 3-way tie in a group bracket. Oh, someone said they wanted the music, right? Give me a second. There we go. Nice hook from Mamoy. Sorry, follows up. Sniper shot. Quite a bit of damage, but not enough to get the kill. Still slow game from both teams. We're looking at some of the scaling power. I feel like Barats probably have a slighter edge early on, especially going against the Xborg, but the Xborg definitely has quite a good of potential, especially when he gets the War Axe, the Immortality. Been quite the fan of playing the Xborg lately too, so definitely a very good hero. Get the Raga armor, NightHorde. Looking for the kill here. The Petrify coming through. Now the Angela ult comes through with the Heart Guard, and Tigreal's able to cancel the ultimate coming out from the Benedetta. Decided NightHorde though. Wasn't all lost. They traded a death for a turtle. Still up in gold, 500. Take a look at some of the build paths of everyone. Sayoi going with a book. Blade of Heptases, first item on R. Some armor boots, some roam tough boots. Arlott with the mace going for potential dominance. The ultimate coming through by Momoy. Able to lock up the Chigriel and side of NightHorde pick up a kill for themselves here. On the top side though, Arlott grabbing up his own solo kill. It's not good. It's tough. Sleepy's having a tough time this game. 0-2 so far. And Kev QT with a 2-0 lead. Man is definitely pretty good on the Arlott. Something that a lot of teams honestly have to watch out for. So we've seen his Arlott come out a few times already. That clear speed is so huge. War Axe Barats. Low-key a very personally, it's a little bit like kind of like a solo kill build. Lots of like the 10% cooldown paired with the movement speed, paired with the penetration, gets the stacks. It's a very snowball heavy. It reminds me of kind of like the Rage Blade from League of Legends back in the days. Spam your spells. Potentially leading to a brute force. And maybe it's even to counter out the movement speed that X-Borg is going to get when he gets his own War Axe. So maybe a smart play. I felt a very interesting build in my opinion. X-Borg did break his Raga armor, so he is going to be out of the turtle pit here. Should be a clean retribution, but a 2-man set coming out from the Chigriel. Able to get it paired up with the Breevy, but the damage is just quite immense from the side of NightHorde here. The Beatrix is just shredding everyone. There's one more kill left. Reckless able to get away, but yeah, able to get away here. It is going to be a 3-4-0 trade in favor for the side of NightHorde. Oh no, Momoy. Snipe does come through, hits onto Kev and the tower. He's able to get that kill there, but the flicker gets popped in a double kill for the Benedetta. Sleepy picking up the pieces. Was 0-2 second earlier and able to pick up 2 there. Gold lead now 5k in favor of the side of NightHorde. Definitely showing a lot of dominance, especially coming from their trio mid. The rotations from the sides have been quite nice too. R had a huge impact on the turtle fight. Oh, and the Brats comes through. He does have the hard guard though, so a little bit of sustain there. Raga armor gets popped. Reckless, a 2-man set. The stuns are just coming up one by one. The Ruby even with the I'm offended, but seems like R is going to be on the backside. Shredding. 2-man Petrify for Sleepy. Gets the flicker. Good trade. Flicker for Petri. And the side before you, it was a pretty decent defense. And you know, for NightHorde, they didn't lose any members there, so at least they didn't lose foe there. So it's also quite a good trade, quite a good fight. Yeah, brute force, war axe, and we got 2 war axes for the side before you. I think, you know, the traditional Barats against an X-Borg, you may want to deviate from your path. The flicker bloody hunt from the Franco, able to pick up the kill on the bot side, along with some damage on the tower. Trying to make an impact on the top side, but gets 3-man slowed, and Momoy is coming up. Gets the hook here. The Nom Nom comes through, picks up the X-Borg, and he's stuck on a wall. He's probably going to go down here. The Angela ult was available, but it seemed like it either did get cancelled or the shield just didn't come up in time. Wasted spell. Oh. Tigreal 2-man set. But there's just so much damage coming out from R. The grenade launcher with the machine guns, quite a lot to handle. Raga armor also gets popped. Kept QT backside. Does get the displacement on the Barats. So still a good fight from the side of Before You, but I think once NightHorde got like 1 or 2 kills, they were just like quite explosive with the 4K lead that they had right there. And now they're still keeping their lead. It's even higher. Oh, Ruby though. Quite some high damage. Forgot it's totally a 1-3-1 inside of Before You. Playing like an old school Empire. And Reckless was there with the old school Empire too. So quite a very interesting strategy. It's definitely quite safe to go 1-3-1. Honestly, like there's heroes that are marksman lane right now that I would consider more 1-3-1 than the traditional, like, you know, roam on hugging the marksman. So things like Harith feels very 1-3-1-ish. Pack gold. You go Alice gold. Ruby gold. The Roger, the new Roger that came through recently. I know Craxy's playing today, so hopefully we get to see a Roger game. The meta has been so interesting lately. Retribution does come through. Foe is able to pick that up. Last Insanity pox the Raga armor of Damien. He lets go of his teammates. Flame picked up a kill early on, but now he's the one that gets killed, and Reckless whiffs an ult and gets Iron hooked paired with the Bloody Hunt. A great pick off from Momoy. Definitely showing that NACT handling. NightHorde though, definitely a very strong showing here in the game too. 10k gold lead, not even close. Quite honestly, Before You probably even had a better game going up against BTK. Oh, and the Wombo combo damages. This is too much damage. They can't even hurt Foe. It's gotta be like the tower or something. The Benda does get shut down by Reckless's displacement. But the tower is going down. R shredding that Tigreal there. Yeah, nothing is out damaging R right now. And the side of NightHorde able to pick up the second game in our first series.
Victory!
14-7 is the overall score for the match. NightHorde versus Before You. NightHorde able to get the victory here. 3-0-10 is going to be the MVP on Sayori. Take a look at some of the damage. 33%, 93 kill participation. Definitely having the vision, showing you some NACT talent. Guys, we're going to be right back. And for our next match of tonight, it is going to be NightHorde X versus Before You at 6 p.m. PST. Do not go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Dallas Pisces X NightHorde Season 2. Gonna be our second series of the match today. Best of 2 series between NightHorde X and Before You.
Always on the way. Your team is banning.
Gaze upon the
Your
edge
team
of the
is
void.
banning.
This is
The fire
going to be a very important series, especially for Before You, especially for their success to move on to the next round. Currently NightHorde has 3 points. Before You has 2. Generally, the chances are, if your team is able to get 5 points, it's like practically guaranteed. Right? So Before You, they're like on the edge. BTK has 2 points, NightHorde has 3 points, Before You has 2 points, NightHorde X has 0.
Your team is banning.
So definitely going to be a tough match for the side of Before You. They did switch out one of their members. I think that's a Cardinal member, TSC, instead of Kev QT, which Kev did quite well on the Arlot, so
Your team is
it's going to be interesting to see how they pair up this time. Masha, Matilda gets banned out here for the side of Before You. It's quite interesting that we don't have the Masha pick open, especially with Reckless on the team. Almost should be like automatic ban towards Reckless. And personally, I've actually been able to pick up that hero, the Masha, and it's quite fun. Quite interesting, actually. The opportunity of getting out without dying is a little bit limited, but maybe with just a little bit more play, you can definitely pick that up.
Let's hear from the crowd. Make some noise.
First pick for NightHorde X goes with the CC. Also a very solid hero. Some counters that people like to play against it could be Xborg. Kind of like using the mobility versus the mobility. What's up, Mad? Welcome to the stream. My 3rd viewer for today. No, I'm just kidding.
See value in me? You should.
Hope you guys all enjoy the stream. This is a little bit of a different type of commentary. Something that I guess has been developed throughout the weeks of hosting this tournament, and I personally like this type of style much better. It's a lot more informal. It feels almost like it's like a radio talk station or something. Just kind of chilled, laid back, talk to the chat, enjoy the stream. Side of Before You picks up this Fredrin and carry Fredrin, especially after Baratz has been quite the common pick in the jungle. Carry also one of the strongest marksmen at this moment, but Claude is available, so
is banning.
the response, Chipotle Fiend. Gonna go with the Faramis and Xborg. Chipotle, a great dinner, if y'all ask me. I think I'm addicted to Chipotle recently.
Come on, Dexter. It's our
It's kind of like my go-to meal if I want to go out and buy something to eat.
a punch for a punch.
Your team is banning.
Uranus beats CC 100 out of 100. Before You has a good Uranus player.
Hoot hoot. Horology is my craft. Diggy is my name.
Dude, I can't read the chat. Why is there heart blocking it? Good Uranus player. It's over. They secured the carry. Carry's nice. Deals well against the CC. Deals well against the Faramus also. And the X-Borg. So it's definitely going to be tough. The Valentina gets picked up by the side before you. It's going to be another realm versus the Nether realm. She could also choose to pick up the last Insanity, which does scale with magic power. So going to be quite the high damage. And Reckless goes with a Minotaur pick. Now what side of NightHorde should not do is pick up the Claude here. The knockup from the Minotaur is quite a bit. Oh, the Claude is banned out here, so no option there. Maybe the Brody, I think, could be a great solid choice for some early game out of before you, which they do lack in terms of some early game damages. But for the side of NightHorde, picking the Natan along with the Angela. A small risk, in my opinion, because the side of NightHorde don't really have a significant front line, a significant CC. They do have the hard guard to peel off with some sustain, but it's not hard CC. Now, I'm not saying they can't pull through and get the victory here. It's just, for me, it's a lot more reactive first, right? Want to see how Reckless sets. Can he set deep? Is he going to be able to hit multiple targets? Also the Fredrin. It's also on the front side. So before you actually has a great front to back comp. But NightHorde definitely has a burst of damage. A very high scaling, especially when you count the Natan and the X-Borg towards the end. And the Angela. A lot of potential for rotation and mobility. But before you locks in with their last pick, it's going to be the Ruby. Saw a great Ruby earlier by Flame QT. This time around, expecting the same. But yes, welcome back everyone. House Pisces X NightHorde Season 2. It's going to be between NightHorde X and before you. Best of 2 series. Each win does give your team 1 point, and every point counts here. So I mean, there is a chance if NightHorde X is able to get a sweep, it's going to be 2-2
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
as they tie for 3rd and 4th. That's the best case scenario for NightHorde.
Smash them. All troops deployed.
But for the side of before you, if they really want to be able to compete, they gotta get the sweep here too. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Make sure to give us a thumbs up and a subscribe if you do enjoy the content. We are gonna have a little bit more matches coming up potentially. And good luck for you. Yeah, I would say before you, they definitely need to be playing quite well, especially if they want to make it. It's a hard bracket, but you know, they've also been able to get 2 wins. They just need to get at least 1, and I think if they get 1, there's a potential for a tie. If they get 1, they could get a tie. If they get 2 and BTK loses 1, it'll be a tie. NightHorde's a great team too. Not even talking about this NightHorde. Other NightHorde's quite good. This NightHorde's quite good too. But I don't think they have their full roster. I think they were looking for Jordan. Small cut for the side of before you. No level 4s yet on the map. But both teams waiting patiently. Well, level 4 is on the junglers, but not anyone else. Little 2 versus 2 action on the top side. Side of NightHorde X should be able to get the first clear though. As Ruby Valentina's just doesn't clear as well. Oh, but I'm offended. Does grab up LEGACi and Chipotle Fiend. Able to get the first split already. NetherRealm popped on the top side. A lot of resources used just to defend against that. And the retribution coming through from Damian, able to get that up too. A good objective and a good early start for the side of Before You. But the reality is, we have seen Before You up in series and end up not closing, so that's gonna be an interesting thing for us to see. They have what it takes. There are 2 teams named NightHorde. Yes, this is NightHorde X. This is, I think, their B team. And there's also a NightHorde original, which is the NACT team. Reckless gets out with a flicker. Mid, Purify, pop against the Fred. Oh, not a good situation, but Reckless gets singled out here. Doesn't have the ultimate available, so did not look to pounce. Gets picked off. 1 for 1 overall scoreboard. But Before You still up ahead in gold. You take a look at some of the items here. Ruby going for anti-heal first item. Valentina potentially going for a clock, but I think is going to opt to go for the lightning book route. I think that's what most mages like to go for now. Same thing with the Faramis. No early book. They're both going for the elegant gem. A potential shift in meta, or just okay itemization. Side NightHorde able to pop the Minotaur. Picks up a kill for themselves, 2-1. Still Before You with the lead, but able to grab up a lot of gold on the mid tower. Played with some dude named Tyrant from NightHorde the other day. How did that go? That is the manager of NightHorde. Oh, Flicker, I'm offended by Flame QT. And gets the NetherRealm counterplay. Before You with a great team fight. Typically when it comes down to like the NetherRealm versus the NetherRealm, whoever pops it first generally loses. So very, very good team fight coming out from Before You. A dominating mid. Get a small CC combo. Side of Before You should be able to grab up this top side tower. No problem at all. He was very good. He complimented my Mino. Well, NightHorde has made a new fan. Oh, the retribution coming through. The export gets his Araga armor popped quite early, and a 2-man knockup for Minotaur. Cold Altar does get popped too, but they all just end up becoming a meal after a meal. Before You, team fight is just too good, especially when you have like such a strong front line, right? The Minotaur, the Cold Altar from the Valentina, the Fredrin at the front. Side NightHorde just unable to get anything. They do pick up Reckless here. NetherRealm just a little bit too late. And Ruby on the bot side able to get a solo kill too. A very, very strong mid-game performance by the side of Before You. Got a 3, almost 4k gold lead. But once again, we've seen Before You do quite well in the early game. The biggest indicator of success is if they're able to close it out all the way, right? No engagement. Yes, quite disciplined for the side of Before You. Just zoning the members away. Hopefully they could get some auto attacks on the bot side. Carry is in the bush. Nobody knows though. Oh my god, the damage. And the hard guard. Nether Realm comes up too. It's 2 huge utilities wasted. But will they pick up the carry here? The Nether Realm also gets popped by the side of Before You, and they're able to shut down the X-Borg here. 2-man, I'm Offended, gets onto the backside. Flame, so good with the I'm Offended. He's able to get the flicker I'm Offended almost every single time. And the side of Before You is able to get the mid tower with that team fight. Great fight. Yeah, Before You playing quite well here, Mad. And they're playing quite disciplined, right? Just kind of grouping up, getting the objectives together. Not looking to throw the lead or go for a fight that's unnecessary. Take a look at some of the items. Ruby did get the anti-heal. Valentine also has anti-heal. War Axe going for a brute force. Mino building up for his flask. Does get it. On the boss side, Natan able to pick up 1. Picking up the Ruby. Do sacrifice the Lord. It's going to be uncontested, but 1 kill, 18 seconds on the board. Lord not marching down on this wave. I would say Before You could take that loss and try to find a way to siege with the Lord. And they're able to get all the outer towers. Quite a good setup. For possibly the dark horse of the bracket. Lord onto the mid side here for Before You. It's going to be the first Lord, so no Luminous, no charging and knockdown. It's just a big chunky minion. Oh, they do get the double Petri. Pops the Netherrealm quite early in the team fight. Last Insanity does get popped here too. And the engagement coming through. The side of Before You, the Netherrealm gets popped. Everyone is all underneath it. The dive is practically perfect for the side of Before You. But the re-engagement is quite good too. Ruby should be able to get out alive, and everyone gets out alive for the side of Before You. The last Insanity does come through. Don't think that's going to be enough. Don't get the auto attacks off. The Petri does get landed. Craxy gets taken out with the Vengeance underneath. And the carry here flickers forward. But the good thing, the side of Before You grabs up 2 members, gets the bottom tower looking for an engagement here. I'm not sure if that's going to be the right decision though. The Heart Guard comes through with the last Insanity picking up the first member for the side of NightHorde X, looking for another engagement here. Netherrealm coming through, but does get popped just like that. Oh my god, the damage from Erica. It's crazy. But they don't have enough to penetrate the inner towers of the mid side of Before You. Looking to disengage here. Like I said, it's quite the bloodbath of this game. Carry, Golden Staff, Corrosion, DHS, full build, potentially going for a belt or an endless battle. Angela, also full magic, Fleeting, Flask, Natan, Feather, Calamity, Holy Crystal, Anti-heals on both mages. CC also is built quite well here too. Lord, it's popped up with the what do you call this event? All Stars? How do you guys like the new events and promo diamonds coming up? And even look at that Lord, it's quite spicy. Got some nice animation. Oh, X-Borg though. Rog armor gets popped. Minotaur looking for that knockup. Netherrealm also gets popped here. Heartguard potentially looking to get the save, and they do pop the Heartguard. Should not look to engage after this. Netherrealm, Heartguard has both been popped. And Damian with a little bit of a Phrygian mechanics, quite spicy. Oh, a 3-man, I'm offended by the Ruby. Just a little bit too quick. He's been using that mechanics all day. And a 2-man Petrify. AoE's just a little bit too much. Decided before you able to grab up the very first game of our second series of the day.
Victory!
17-7 is the overall scoreboard. 14-minute match. Decided before you is able to overcome the obstacle, grabbing up the very first victory in this series. Take a look at some of the statistics. 88% KP, 34% damage dealt. Game 2, guys. Game 2.
I will choose my own path.
They gave me 49 promo diamonds from the chest. I haven't even tried. I think I have like 80 promo diamonds, bro. I don't know what chest you're talking about, but need to get myself some more promo diamonds.
Time to drop the beat of the flash. Your team is banning.
Yes, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. This is going to be NightHorde House of Pisces X NightHorde Season 2. The qualifiers number 3. 4x4 group stages. 4 teams from 4 groups. We are on group number B. So next week is going to be C, and the week after that is going to be D. Possibly all matches will be best of 2 series. Monday, Tuesdays, past 5 p.m. So make sure to come out, say hi, be out on the lookout. If you guys do enjoy the stream. But before you, with a great first game of the series, 1-0. Looking for the sweep here. If they're able to get the sweep, it makes it very interesting. It makes our last match very interesting. They already got the first win. But if they sweep, they're gonna pressure NightHorde to have to get at least 1 win in order to tie. And if they aren't, the NightHorde will be left behind in the qualifiers 3. There's a chest you can open for like 11 1111 diamonds, and I got 49. That's a little bit of a yikes, my friend. Do want to see what type of bans we're gonna have this time around though.
Power of light incarnate.
No Masha ban from before you, and yeah, predicted NightHorde X banning out the Masha, taken away from Reckless. A very solid ban choice. Definitely feel like before you should not be the ones banning out, especially with Reckless on the team. That's just kind of the impact that type of player has. But the Nolan gets picked up. First pick here. For me, the Nolan is generally a little bit of risky, like a risky pick. an assassin jungler, especially you go up against something like the Fredrin or the Barats or the Akai. Sometimes you're unable to get a very clean 50-50 retry. Can't frontline like the others, but definitely high burst. And if you're able to get a small lead, especially early on, your clear speed, it's going to be much better and faster. It's just you need to make sure you have a good early game, not die here, get the farms and items you need.
The hunt begins.
The side of before you, having the Nolan, meaning that they can't go with their usual flex drafts that they've been doing quite well. I'm surprised no Ruby ban against before you. Flame has been so damn good on that Ruby. Well, they did deny the Ruby pick. Craxy is able to pick it up. Not sure if Craxy is able to get the figure forward, I'm offended, as crisp and consistent as Flame QT. So definitely going to be quite interesting. They do pick up the carry. The Claude gets picked up by the side of before you. And just taking a look at how they set up their draft compared to the bans, they took out the Minotaur, picked up the Claude themselves. It's quite good. Protected their marksman pick, especially against one of the hardest tanks to get the Blazing Duet off.
The falling stars brought us here. Your team is banning.
A good draft from before you, but playing completely different heroes. I know Reckless has played the Chick Reel today, but they switched the Claude to the carry. They switched from a utility jungle into a damage jungle. Yeah, you are correct. Tig pick the slot 2 when Diggy is not banned, but no response on the Diggy though. Potentially might be let through in the draft. And the side of NightHorde actually has quite a good comp to cheese with the Diggy, right? They have the 2 front lines, they have the CC necessary. They could cheese pick the Diggy. The Valentina is also banned, so no time journey versus the time journey. What are you looking at? You're looking at the House Spices like NightHorde Season 2. Best of 2 series. Game number 2 between Before You and NightHorde X. Ooh, the Faramis gets picked up once again here. Didn't work last time, but no Valentina on the board. Faramis, especially with the solo Nether Realm, might be hard to penetrate, especially with the comp that Before You has. They do have a Benedetta and a Claude to deal, kind of shred the AoE, heals coming out from the Faramis or the sustain. But yeah, the Diggy is still available here. And they could also opt to go for the Ruby in their own position. Quite a good setup. But is the Diggy going to be enough here to turn the tides? Kind of liking NightHorde's draft, especially when they look for the Diggy. Let's see. Let's see, do they flex the Ruby and the Roam, or do they pick up one of themselves? Grok could also be interesting. I don't think they're going to pick Raph.
There's nowhere for the evil
Well,
to hide.
they did pick the Raph. It's going to be a double sustain on the mid side. Raph does pair well with a lot of utility jungles. Diggy also has a small risk, but it does completely counter out Reckless. But now with the Raph, they do have 3 Purifies for the side of NightHorde. Might be hard to catch. Purify is going to be used against the Petri, against the Tiggle. But welcome everyone back to the House of Pisces X NightHorde Season 2. It's going to be between Before You and NightHorde X.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
Standard opening from both teams here. Blue to blue start. No one's going to be meeting up first a minute and a half unless they opt to go for the cabbage fight. But just looking at kind of like the rotations of the junglers, especially when we're already in like the top 16s where both teams are quite good, they're not really opting to go for the Bulbasaur quite early, right? They finish both their buffs and then they look to go for the camp. And Before You gets an early pick against the Purify Fairness. Kind of the thing when you bring the Purify, it's very, very good late game, especially when Purify cooldowns are a lot lower. But early game, it's just doesn't have a very strong impact. And Reckless here, I'm not sure. I think he bit off a little bit more than he can chew. Does get the flicker up. And for the side of NightHorde, unable to follow up on that kill. Purify Fairness is enough alone to counter the Tig. They don't even know. They don't even need the Diggy. Well, the Diggy is a very solid pick, but it's not like it's guaranteed, right? And they also have a lot of damages. It's not like the side of Before You stacking CC, right? They have a lot of damage. They have a lot of gap closers, so they could really get onto the backside, and they have a lot of mobility too, right? Black Shoes, Blazing Duet. They have the Benedetta, the Nolan. It's just a lot of dashes. So, oh, does miss the bonk. Doesn't get the health regen back. And Reckless able to zone away to the members from the side of NightHorde. And Before You picks up another 2 kills. 4-0 is the overall score. And Before You looking good once again in this early game. Take a look at some of the items on the board. A belt being built up by the carry. Nolan going for the Blade of Heptases. Dominance first item from the Tig. And Benny also going for Heptases first item, so gonna have quite a bit of damage there. And Flame has done such a great job in this series. A lot of the times the EXP gets kind of overlooked. I actually really enjoy a great EXP with a good impact. Uh-oh, Reckless. It's the ultimate and the kill off. And does get shut down here, but also a trade for the Fredrin. A roam for a jungle paired up with another roam. Still a 2-for-1 advantage for the side of Before You. Fairness low on mana here. I don't know if the Black Shoes is available. He does pop the Purify. The side of NightHorde X able to pick up a kill on their own. A little bit of a small throw here for the side of Before You. Might see a small momentum shift. Looking to get a cut onto the top side, but don't think side of Before You is getting through look to go for it, but the carry might be kind of very bad situation. Did get baited out underneath the tower, but the tower damage is quite a bit. Decided before you able to get the rotation necessary. The Netherrealm gets popped on the bot side here. And 7-2 were decided before you. NightHorde X getting read like a book. The collapse. 2-man implosion. Gets the ruby. I'm offended. 3-man though coming through. Damian backside. Picks up Chipotle. Before you picks up the Wrath also. And the side of NightHorde looking to disengage. It's going to be a 2-4-0 kills. And before you really seemingly having the early game just completely down here. Take a look at some of the items. The belt's done, going for endless battle for the carry. Oh, that is so much damage and burst. That's kind of what's gonna happen if they had a Diggy instead. And the shred coming through the blazing duet with the Benedetta ultimate. The side up before you just completely collapsing. The flicker implosion, but the purify gets popped by death here. Good response, but nonetheless, it's going to be a 4-for-1 trade advantage for the setup before you. 13-3 is going to be the overall game score. Uh-oh. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Oh my god, he dashes out so fast. And they also get a boss side tower here. NightHorde getting caught out. And it's snowballed onto kind of like the mid-late game here. Reckless. No flicker though. Watch for the implosion. Oh my god. Declawed. Picks up the Netherrealm for himself and unstoppable for the Nolan. Definitely not respecting this Nolan first pick here by the side of before you. Reckless gets I'm offended. 2-man implosion does land here. Blazing Duet able to pick up the carry. All members of the side of NightHorde is quite low. 2-for-1. Reckless has been having it in this series. It's just sacrifice after sacrifice. Man just sending it out for his team. It does seem like the side of NightHorde, they do pop their ults a little bit more on the defensive side at this point. They're not really able to find the pick that they're looking for in order to bounce back into this game. They can't stop the snowball. I do see a few, I think that's Vanguard members. Vanguard NightHorde X. Vanguard Rebirth NightHorde X. And you got Team Gosu. Netherrealm gets popped. Blazing Duet does get cancelled here. Claude's able to pick up the Fredrin before the bomb comes through. Could have ended very badly for them, but before you gets out unscathed. 2-for-0 trade. And all 5 members gets out alive. Take a look at some of the items. Claude got his Trinity build, looking for the wind of nature. Siege topside, no defense from the side of NightHorde here, and a double petrify does come through, pops the nether realm. They also try to get the implosion onto the backside, and for the first time Reckless is not dying here, but the Benedetta does get taken off the board. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. The side of before you is quite low here. The damage is just coming through. The Claude looking to get a pick. Tower's going to go down here. And the side of before you, congratulations, a 2-0 sweep. A huge victory for the side of before you. Now there's a lot of pressure for the match number 3 here. 20-5 is the overall scoreboard. Before you, able to get the victory in this game too. 11-minute match. MVP going to the first pick, Nolan. Very, very, very impressive here. 25, 15, and 80 is overall statistics. Guys, we're going to be right back as we set up for our last series of today. It is going to be between NightHorde and BTK. We'll be right back. All right, boys, gents, ladies out there. Sorry about the wait, but seems like we're not going to be able to have our last match of today. NightHorde has opted to go for a DQ, allowing before you actually to move on to the next stage. So congratulations to BTK and before you for moving on to our next stage. Thank you guys all for watching the stream and hanging out. My name is Yue.